Hello, everybody. See who's here today. See what everybody's up to today. There's a couple of you guys. There's a bunch of you guys here. Hey, Ashley, Terry. You got Juan, Julio, Brian. Bunch of you guys are here. Okay. Hey, Jeff is here. Ashley, is this your first time here? I don't think I've seen you on our YouTube live before. Welcome. Thank you for watching me all the time on TV. Alex is going fishing tomorrow. Cool. What else? Well, I'm getting ready to go fish in Mexico. I'm going to Baja. I'm going to go fish for marlin. I'm going to be fishing for marlin. I don't know if there's any rooster fish. I can go see if there's rooster fish. Hosting a small group. And some of you guys were asking about doing Alaska trip. I've been doing some research. There's some resorts I've been to before. Just not sure. Want to ask some of you guys that are thinking about going. Do you want the full Alaska experience? Do you want you fly in on a jet into somewhere in Alaska like Ketchikan, then you get on a float plane and fly to the resort on a float plane? Or do you just want something where we just stay, you get off the jet and you're right there in the city like Sitka or something like that. So I want to stay in that southern part of Alaska where there's a lot more. It feels like Alaska. You get too far north in Alaska, the trees are tiny. It doesn't feel like Alaska. It's like the TV shows where you see the guys living below zero and stuff. But you get in that southern part of Alaska in the rainforest, it is gorgeous. Lots of bears, lots of deer. It's really gorgeous. So I was going to ask you guys what you were thinking. And then when I go down on the trip that I'm leaving this week, I'm going to be working out the details for I'm going to be working out the details for next year's East Cape trip. So I'm pretty sure we're going to go the same dates, the first week of August, and do that. So we'll see how it goes. So some of you want to join me on the East Cape trip. That's a lot of fun too. If you've never caught a marlin, you never caught dorado, wahoo, roosterfish, all that kind of stuff. That's a lot of fun, and it's a lot cheaper. You can do 5 days, 4 nights, 2 days fishing on a cruiser down the East Cape for $800 or so, maybe less. And you're not going to do that in Alaska. Alaska trip is going to be closer to $3,000. And that's going to be 3 days of fishing, but that's going to include all your food. and your ground transportation too. So I was going to get some feedback from some of you guys. So when I get back, I can start talking to some other resorts. Okay, Jeff, you gotta send me some dates that work for you. Yeah, Sitka's kind of nice. It's easy because there's a town there, and I mean it's a big town there, old Russian community. So there's a lot of stuff there to see. There's museums there and stuff like that. So if you bring somebody with you that isn't fishing, they want to go check out a museum or go check out Animal Park or go see the eagles, and they have a place there, Raptor Center. You can see eagles. They have a bear place, and there's lots of bears walking through town over there. So it's kind of creepy, but it's neat. It's a really neat experience. All right, so you guys all sound like everything's open. Benny, does braid cut grooves into guides? If they're really cheap guides, yeah, it'll cut grooves into guides. The early rods that were coming out when Sitka came out tore into the rod tips a lot. So yeah, you have to be careful with that. And then one of the other things that was talked about um, today was the Fred Hall show. They're talking about putting on the Fred Hall show for next year. I'm, I was Kevin asked me if I could reach out to some of the Fred Hall people and see if I can get one of them to come on here when I get back in town in a week or so, and see if we can have them come and do YouTube live with me, so you guys could ask questions. But it sounds like they're thinking about moving it to Anaheim or someplace where there's a big parking lot like that, and they're thinking about putting it outdoors, all outdoors. So um, that's kind of what the talk is about. So nobody knows for sure. Nothing's finalized. I don't think they even have dates finalized. I just know they're trying to put together what they can do to make it work out. So we'll see what happens. All right, so we haven't done this in a while. So why don't you guys, when you post on here, tell me what city you're in so I can see what city that you guys are in. So I know Kevin's from Burbank. I know Jeff is in Illinois. Yeah, that's what they're talking about, Jeff, about doing. Yeah, I know Brian is from Oregon. Tony's in Lakewood. All right, cool. Oh, Jeff's in Orlando today. Chatsworth, Riverside, Palos Verdes. Hey, Al. We got people from all over. That's cool. I guess everybody's from California. Some days we have people from the Middle East. One time we had a couple of guys from France, but it looks like everybody's local today. That's good. And Dixon, is that Northern California? Oh, we got Virginia. So we got Virginia and Florida in the house today. Okay. Yeah, I saw that, Jeff. I don't know if he's really from there, but I have a pretty good following in Kuwait. I'm surprised when I look at my stats. Quite a few people from Kuwait and from Dubai watch my YouTube videos. Yeah, Kurt, get everybody to like the videos up here. About half of you have liked it so far. Yeah, and if they do the show outside, if they do the Fred Hall shows outside, I'm thinking they're going to have to, like they're talking second quarter or even later in the year. Um, I would think they'd have to do that. You can't do it in April or March because it rains so much. So it'll just be a big mess with all the rain and the water running through the booths, all that electricity. A lot of people are going to have electricity in their booth. So I think that would be a mess. So I could see them trying to do it in May, June, but you get too far in the season, and I don't know who's going to be able to go because everybody's going to be, all the landings will be busy with boats running. All the resorts in Alaska and Canada will be busy running. They'll all be having stuff going on. Canada, I mean, they're all going to be, that's their season. And those guys only have a few months where they have June through September, maybe, or through August in Alaska, and then it's over. So I'm not sure how they're going to do it. Yep. Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Tyler, how was my fishing charter yesterday? My lobster trip. It went terrible. Everything went good as far as the boat and everything. We just didn't catch any lobsters. And I was beating myself up about it yesterday until today. I talked to a couple of my friends who were out there too. And between three boats, none of us caught a lobster. Not illegal, not a short. Nobody caught a lobster yesterday out of the other two boats that I know. So that's how it went. Ron's got a bunch of fishing trips coming up. So, what's the biggest fish I've ever caught? Not that big, something between 500 and 600 pounds. Um, a blue marlin, but not a monster one. Yeah, Lewis. Good thing you didn't go out. It was really slow. So, Big Eye Tuna, are you really in Baghdad or where are you? What city are you in? Yeah, I got lucky too. The people I had yesterday were really nice about it. They we all tried, and it was kind of eerie out there because normally when you're out there lobster fishing and you see other boats out there, you always hear people screaming and excited when they have a lobster. And last night it was crickets. Last night we didn't hear anything. Didn't hear one voice and nothing. You out here, Jeff? You got to be up early tomorrow. Was it 10:30 where you are in Florida? All right, Henry, that sounds good. We'll do a half day fishing trip with you in the future. Oh, okay. by tutorial. Um, so Ken wants to know during the season what's being caught down Southern California. It depends where you're going out of. If you're going out of San Diego, um, a lot more yellowtail, a lot more tuna, lots of tuna, and you can go look for marlin, stuff like that. Where I am in Long Beach, it's more bonita, some yellowtail, calico bass, stuff like that, but not as many. Yeah, I'll be up in Northern California next month. I'm going to go on a combo crab and rockfish trip. Oh, you guys like my books? Those are probably like the only books in my house, but they're all either fishing or cooking. That's pretty much it. Hey, Ron, thank you very much for your super chat there. And we get you a ticket for tonight. And your other prize went out in the mail today. So you have a test today at 1 a.m., Jeff? That's pretty early. Hey, Henry, thank you very much. Henry's already won twice. But the first time I think he won was way back months ago. Okay, there's two of you guys in there. And these are the prizes for the super chat raffle for today. April. Come say hi. Logan, what's your questions? What's my favorite bait? It depends what I'm fishing for. What's my favorite thing to cook? Fish. Today I cooked up some lingcod from my Coral Sea trip. Cooked up some lingcod and put it on a bed of brown rice. Came up really good. So yeah, we cook all kinds of different fish, but today I cooked up a piece of lingcod, put it on a bed of brown rice with some cut bell peppers, a little bit of onion, and came out pretty good. All right, what other questions are here? Ken's talking about the rock fishing. Been pretty good, yep. Benny wants to know what kind of fish are at Santa Cruz Island besides rockfish and lingcod. There's yellowtail there right now. Some of the boats up there have been catching yellowtail. I've been seeing that in the fish counts. Kings wants to know, do you suggest the Komodo or the Daiwa? They're both good reels. One looks better than the other one, but they're both good reels. And I have both of them. I have both those reels, just to let you know. Let's see what else. And do I have any links for good rod and reel? Alex, I have links on my videos here on YouTube. If you look in the description, I pretty much put links to reels that relate to that video. So you could click on those and see the different reels. They're all a little bit different. Okay. Tony's asking about the slot limits. I don't know what the slot limits are for next year yet. I don't think they've announced them yet, but we'll have to look it up. Alan, yeah, the yellowtail fish they bit today. The gale force was out there and they posted pictures of yellowtail and bonita. So they caught the yellowtail are still around. Steven, thank you very much for your super chat. So is Big Eye in Baghdad? Do you live there? Do you work there? I'm trying to keep track of all these conversations. Sorry, guys. What else is going on? No, I've never been to Scotland, but I have been to Ireland twice. But I've never been to Scotland. Been close by. Been to England. Do I have any B-52 bucktails in stock? Yeah, we have plenty of them on our website. You can find them on our website. Do I know Fernando Verdugo? If it's the Fernando I went to school with. Hey, Lloyd. Maybe that's a trip we can do, Jeff. One day go to Scotland. We'll do a Europe trip. Get some people together. Go fly over to Europe. That's funny, Clint. So Rocket Dog wants to know what should we expect in 2021 fishing and regulations. I don't see anything changing. As long as the boats are able to run, and none of the boats have had any major breakouts. You know, they haven't closed down any landings. Um, all the skippers that I know are still running their boats, so that means none of them got sick. So, you know, it sounds good. It sounds like I don't think there's going to be anything different happening for next year. All right, Logan, you just lost it. Let's see what else is going on. Hey, Dan Demand, thank you very much. Get you another ticket here. You're also a past winner. Demand. Um, yeah, so the question here is, will bluefin tuna stay around in November? And the answer is yes. Last year we caught tuna. Um, our last tuna trip we did last year was 2 days, 4 days before Christmas. So I expect it to be the same this year. And as the water gets cooler, you'll see that the fish will actually get closer to San Diego. So I think the fish will be back. Um, I think the fish will be back in like off San Clemente Island. So if you'd like to join me, I have space available still on my tuna trip, December 1st through the 3rd, 2 day trip. Yeah, no politics here. We have a no tolerance, no politics policy. So I'll let you stick around as long as you stay nice, Logan. Fred, I've been working on that license thing for a while, trying to have a 12-month license for California. Mexico does that every year. And for some reason, California can't figure out how to do it. I don't understand what that problem is. But in Mexico, you buy your ticket, buy your fishing license, your yearly fishing license, the 15th of December, and it's good to the next year, 15th of December. You get a full 12 months. So California can't figure that out, I have no idea. And they say it messes up their planning, financial planning for the year. Problem is, they take all our fishing money and they throw it in the general fund. They used to go to stocking lakes, and wardens and all that other stuff. But now it just pretty much goes to the general fund. So that's why a lot of the lakes don't get stocked anymore. No, we're not talking about any governors or nothing. We're talking about fishing licenses. Fishing licenses. Did Jeff say that? I agree with Jeff said about the tuna that they haven't left in 5 years as the water's gotten warmer and stuff. They came in and then they like that little bit cooler water and they just stay there. So I don't think they're going anywhere. And Clinton sounds like a good idea. See what Jeff posted here that his buddies ran their boat last night and today, and they caught a 215 and a 190, and they didn't go far. They were at San Clemente Island at Desperation. So the fish are still here. They're not going anywhere. So Johnny, you want to go night fishing at Catalina? I would suggest you go fishing first and then go lobster fishing while you're at Catalina. You can catch bass and stuff at night, but the rockfish and stuff won't bite at night. Maybe you can catch some calicos, but you probably won't catch a yellowtail or anything like that. Um, Bent with bow. We really didn't have time yesterday to do any fishing. We moved around a lot, so we were fishing different areas trying to find the fish. So I would, there really isn't much time to do any fishing. Maybe that first hour while we're waiting for it to get dark after the hook nets are in the water, but there isn't a lot of time to do a lot of fishing. Maybe get a sculpin or something. But I did have a guy 2 years ago land a nice halibut. Well, I shouldn't say land. He got it to the boat, and then a seal took off with it, so it never made it in the boat. Oh, Ron B got a nice birthday gift. That's cool. Two of you guys got nice wives that bought you reels. Cooking easy. I've never tried Beyond Braid. I don't even know what it is, to tell you the truth. I have to Google it and look at it. I use Braid. I use Spectra all the time, but I don't know what Beyond Braid is. Richard, where can you catch sculpin in LA Harbor? Any of those oil islands around in Long Beach. You don't have to be on top of them, but fish those rocks right along the outside of them. And we catch some nice sculpin there. I mean, legal size sculpin. I'm surprised we get legal size sculpin there. Oh, well, we've only been on here 30 minutes and we already have 100 people. We only have 40 likes, so let's see if we can get to 100 likes too, guys. Oh, what else is here? What else is here? So, Pathless Pin saying, Sir, no habla, don't speak. Please. My Spanish isn't that good to answer you. I'm sorry. I wish my Spanish was better. But when I was growing up here in LA, we weren't allowed to speak Spanish in school. So my parents didn't let us speak Spanish at home. So now my Spanish is terrible. But I'll be able to speak enough Spanish to get by when I leave for Mexico this week. But it's not really that good as Spanish. Brandon's going fishing out of Morro Bay, Black Pearl. Yeah, make sure you got some bucktails, big bucktails with the swim baits or single tail grubs for the lingcod, and magic metal jigs work out great with the lingcod and the rockfish. Don't use fluorocarbon; just fish straight mono with your spectra, and then you don't have to worry about. You don't need to spend the expensive line like fluorocarbon for bottom fishing. Okay, it was Newport Beach, October. Yeah. Logan, is there salmon over there too? I thought there was a lot of salmon in Scotland. I know there's trout. Yeah, they said salmon. Yeah, I heard there's like really good salmon fishing there. I'd like to see that. So getting bit with Bo wants to know what's my go-to for sculpin. If I want to catch a limit of sculpin, it's 2 1 ounce bucktails. I like the glow in the dark and the whites with a strip of squid. If I want to catch one big one, I just use this, a 6 ounce. On my twilight trip I did on City of Long Beach this year, the best rig that worked for me was a 4 ounce B52 bucktail with a 1 ounce above it, and I used the 4 ounce as my sinker. It worked out really good. I got nice big ones on the 4 ounce, and I caught some legals on the 1 ounce. So it worked out good. Chris, you should do good. There's still tuna around. Lots of tuna around. A day and a half, you'll make it to desperation. So you have a good shot at them. Nighttime, fish the heavy jigs, the flat falls, stuff like that. And then daylight, try to catch the tuna. Dogging BB, yes, I do believe that's what it should be. And I've been fighting for that for over 10 years, but nobody listens to me. For some reason, the state doesn't call me up and ask me for help. Well, I shouldn't say that. They have asked me for help with foundation. So, my youth foundation, they had me help out with some stuff. Yeah, big guy, you should go to San Diego and you come back, go tuna fishing. Or if you're back here, well, I don't think you'll be back here next month, but I have a trip tuna fishing December 1st through the 3rd. There's a link there if you guys are interested. Do I recommend fishing the Spitfire on Marina Del Rey? I think all the boats are fine. Some boats are older and more beat up than others. And Marina Del Rey has some more nicer boats than that one. So Johnny's going lobster fishing on his own boat for the first time. Are we okay for to us? What do you? I don't understand the question, Johnny. Make sure you have a lobster card. Make sure you have your license. Make sure you have a scale. Yeah, big guy. I'll be in Mexico this week. I'll be fishing down there for marlin and stuff, looking for different stuff. Let me see. Johnny going fishing for the first time by himself on his boat. Super excited. It depends where you're going, Johnny. If you're staying local, you don't need that much line. A lot of the lobsters are in 20 to 30 feet of water. If you're going to Catalina, you might need 200 feet of line. Just depends what you want to do, where you're going. So, pathless pin. What part of Mexico are you in? My mother's from Acuna, right across from Del Rio, Texas. But I'm just wondering what part of Mexico you're in. Hey, Jeff, I forgot to tell you. I didn't know you were a Marine. Happy Veterans Day tomorrow. And all you guys that served before, that have served, thank you, and happy Veterans Day tomorrow. Lorenzo, lobster fishing info. Ask questions. I'll try to answer them for you. Um, I did really lousy yesterday. I went and fished 4 or 5 different areas and didn't catch a lobster. Didn't see a lobster. I was pretty beat up about it till this morning. I talked to 2 other friends that were out there yesterday, and didn't see a lobster. And my friends in their boats didn't get a lobster either. So, and those guys really lobster fish a lot, so I didn't feel so bad. Okay, I know your name's not Ashley, but I forgot what your real name is. I know you're using your mom's account. Southern California, do you use Ashley? At nighttime, I use the bucktails a lot. The magic metal jigs, I use those during the day. It depends if I'm fishing on the bottom for lings or on the surface for yellowtail tuna. On live bait, I use both day and nighttime. Service is not political. Service is something all of us are very grateful for. So you will not get in trouble talking about serving the country. Anything like that's fine. Start talking politics, then we delete you. We had over 100 people, and now we're down to 90. Hopefully, we get some new people back. Yeah, Abraham, when you're fishing the oil rigs, be careful because lots of times you're not supposed to be more than so many feet away from them. I think it's like 100 yards. So they can give you a bad time. So just be careful getting close to oil rigs. Johnny, it just depends where you are. I mean, like I said, in Long Beach Harbor, lots of places I lobster fish are from 25 feet to 40 feet. You don't need to go deeper than that. It just depends where you are. Some of the boats at Catalina, they go a lot farther. They go a lot deeper. They go over 200 feet. So it just depends where you are. Tony, will albacore ever come back? The water has to get cooler. The water's got to get cooler so the schools of anchovies will come inside. And as long as the water keeps getting warmer, I think you have to go to Oregon or Washington or something. Catch albacore. April. She should be making her appearance soon. Here she comes, stalking slowly. Thank God fish do not bite like she does. Oh, cool. We're back over 100, but we only have 60 likes. We need more likes, guys. What else? Lloyd served in Vietnam. Cool. Thank you. Okay, so Pathless is in Mexico City. Well, welcome. Johnny, no, that's okay. You can ask any questions you want fishing. That's why I'm here. Be glad to help you. That's all right, Papalas. Your English is better than my Spanish, so no problema. You can ask any questions you have. Let's see what other questions are here. Let me scroll down a little bit. Big Eye, 3 generations of Marines. Cool. Yeah, my uncle, I think 2 of my uncles were Marines. My grandfather, I think he was in the Mexican American War. I don't know what side he was on, but I think he was in the war. Um, I don't know who else. A lot of my cousins have served. That's one of them I just saw the other day. Steven, my tuna trip is on the Tomahawk out of Fisherman's Landing. And there's a link to it there. It's a 2 day trip. So I would guess we're going to spend 1 day on the big tuna. And if the little yellowfin and the yellowtail and dorado are still around, we'll probably spend 1 day doing that. But we might end up just spending 2 days chasing the big tuna because they're catching a lot of them. And even Jeff's friends were out today or yesterday, and they caught 2 nice ones. So the Tomahawk's been really doing good on the big tuna, and they've been catching lots of fish between 100 and over 300 pounds. Thank you, Ron. Michael. We'll be going lobster fishing in San Diego later this month. What additional tackle should I take? You don't need to take any tackle to go lobster fishing. They will have all the lobster gear on the boat for you. Um, if you want to take a rod and reel, I guess they would let you, and you could take some bucktails or something, some cut squid, and try to catch sculpin or sand bass or something. But sometimes you catch halibut too. Like I said, we've caught some nice halibut lobster fishing. Is it Amy from Morocco? Hello. North Africa is in the house. I've been to Morocco. I've been to oh, what's that movie? Casablanca. I was in Casablanca um, when the volcano erupted. Was it Iceland or Greenland? Whatever one of those it was. I was in France at the time of the convention, and the only way I could get out of France was to head to Morocco. Went to Morocco, went to Madrid, spent extra 8 days to my trip, and then got home. But I really liked Morocco. That was a cool experience. And went to what's the name from the movie? Oh, what's the name of that restaurant? I forgot. One of you guys will remember. There's that restaurant in that movie from Casablanca, in the movie Casablanca, and that's not the restaurant itself is not a real restaurant, or wasn't there, but they made a restaurant up on the same name as that was in the movie from Casablanca, and it looks just like it, and it's really nice. And we went there and had dinner there one night when I was in Casablanca. What is the name of that restaurant? Paul, do I sell flat falls? No, I do not sell flat falls. I sell bucktails, B52 bucktails, and magic metal jigs. So the lures that I have are the B52 bucktails. Casablanca's asking. I mean, Morocco's asking there. So these are B52 bucktails, and these are the magic metal jigs. And I sell them on my website. And I have magic metal light jigs too. This is what the bucktails look like in the packaging. And the long fin just started carrying our bucktails. So those of you in Orange County, you can go over there and pick those up. I don't know how the weather's going to be at Tanner this weekend, Michael. I would check before you go. I would check before you go because they're calling for rain here on Friday. And I don't know if that's a rainstorm coming from the south or rainstorm coming from the north. If it's coming from the north, it could make it ugly out there. But I would check the weather report and see what it says. Oh, so Casablanca is your city? All right, cool. Yeah, I stayed at the Ibis Hotel there in Casablanca. And what's the name of that restaurant? I mean, Rick's Cafe. That's it, Rick's Cafe. I went to Rick's Cafe there in Casablanca, and I have some pictures. And the guys wear their fez hats. That and they were telling me the story about all that. But yeah, Rick's Cafe. That's a place I went, and that's one of the neat things about traveling is the experiences you get to have around the world. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, we need to get more likes. We got 75 likes. We need to get to 100 likes. Yeah, Casablanca is pretty cool. And then it was nice that they actually allowed us to go to the mosque. They had it open for a few hours. We could go inside and see it. That was have a huge mosque there. It was really neat to see that. It was really neat. But yeah, no, and everybody in Casablanca was nice to me. It was really nice. My taxi driver, there's no like red tour buses or yellow tour buses like when you go to city in the United States or like London or somewhere. Um, so in Casablanca, there's no tours like that. So when I was in Casablanca, I talked to I talked to my taxi driver that I had one day and said, you know, how much would you charge me to show me the city and drive me around? And we worked out a price. He even threw in a cigar, which was nice, and showed me around, took me to the mosque, took me to some of the other places to see, took me to a yacht club, and it was neat. I had a good time. So on the second day, he asked if I was interested in going with him to a restaurant a bar basically. He wanted to watch a soccer game. And I said sure. I had nothing to do. I'm stuck here for 3 more days before I can fly to Madrid to get back home to the United States. That's a year that I missed the Day at the Dock show because I was stuck and my buddy Larry ran the booth for me because I was stuck in North Africa and in Spain trying to get home from my convention that was in Cannes. So, but that was neat. That was a neat experience. Yeah, so we went and watched a soccer game. I didn't know much about soccer, but it was cool. Watched it and learned. So you guys are talking about Cuba. I'd love to go to Cuba. Never been there. So, so Amy or Amy from Casablanca, do you watch my YouTube channel much, or are you just up early morning over there and found me? Decided to see what was going on here. Just wondering how you found my live stream. Yeah, big guy. There's great fishing in Cuba, and there's talks that maybe the next world record largemouth bass is in Cuba. But there's so many places there to go fish. Mm. So King's baseball, best color surface iron. You want to match your surface iron to whatever bait fish are in the water. So if they're eating mackerel, you want a mackerel color bait. Something that looks like this. This isn't a surface jig, but you want a mackerel color. It just depends what they're eating. It's you really need to match your baits to what they're eating. Um, this year, I've been catching fish on this color and on the yellows. A lot of the greens and yellows have worked out really good for me on the surface jigs. Caught barracuda on them this year. Caught barracuda, yellowtail, bonita, all that stuff works out really good. Kevin, I'll let Jeff answer you that one on the tunas because I just use a couple of reels. I don't use like all the new reels that you guys like to use. I use for the big tunas. I use pin 2 speeds like internationals, 16s, 30 stuff like that. Um, and on the small fish, I use Lexas and Komodas. But in the middle, I use some Avids, some single speeds and 2 speeds that I have. Let me see. Well, Julia, that's one of the nice things about fishing. There's lots of places I've been in Nicaragua, Guatemala, El Salvador, um, even parts of Mexico. Um, lots of places that you end up Africa. Zambezi Valley. Lots of places that I've been fishing are places that normal people don't go. They just don't go there. They just, they're out there looking at the Eiffel Tower and they don't try some of those middle of no place locations and go visit. And that's what I like to do. Maybe that's what we should do, Jeff. Instead of doing Alaska, we should do a Cuba trip. But I don't know if you can. Can you go into Cuba free now, or do you still have to say you're on some sort of other trip, like you're taking supplies or something in there? Okay, Justin, what's your question? Justin needs sleep. All right, what's your question, Justin? Okay, Cuba is open now. That's cool. Matthew, how you doing? It was fun fishing with you, and thanks for putting the bandage on my foot. You did a very good job. You stopped the bleeding. Oh, cool. So Amy is watching our videos here on YouTube. She's using the same techniques in Casablanca, in Monte Carlo, not Monte Carlo, in Morocco. Says they're using the same techniques. And I don't know if you've ever, when you're on my YouTube channel, do a search for the stuff that I did in Qatar, and you'll see that a lot of the stuff that I did there, and the fish I caught there, was stuff that they never did before. A lot of the guys that I fished with, had never used a rod and reel before until I was there in Qatar. They fished all hand lines, but by the time I left, they were using rods and reels. Yeah, Kevin, I still use Torx. Um, Austin, where should I go fishing with my son? Um, I don't know where you want to. What are you trying to catch? So we'll see. Randy, we don't do like the raffle tickets anymore. What we do is, if you do the super chat, it's right down there, that little dollar sign, and you buy a ticket, $2, $5, whatever you want to do, then you get into the drawing for this. And right now we have like 5 people in the drawing. So we're going to do the super chat here, drawing in about 5 minutes. So if any of you want to get into that, go ahead and do that soon. So go ahead and we can do that. Johnny, thank you very much for your super chat. Okay, guys, we have about 5 more minutes, and then we're going to do the super chat stuff. So Mike Gonzalez, who says he's given up on the halibut in Monterey, headed out Friday for crab. I've never been crab fishing up there. I'm going to go next month. I'm going to go crab fishing out of Emeryville. So hopefully I can tell you something about it, but really I don't know anything about it. Tracy Abraham, thank you guys for your super chat. Here's your ticket. Abraham, here's your ticket. And then what's that? Snail boat 2. There's snail boat. You guys are in it too. Thank you, Johnny. I'm glad you appreciate it. April. So for you new people, this is April, my dog. She's old and she loves hot dogs, but she's here. Johnny, we talk fishing here every Tuesday and Thursday. For those of you that are brand new, we talk fishing every Tuesday and Thursday right here. It's me and my dog April. April. April likes fish too. I, I cooked a little bit too much lingcod, and she had a piece of it today. She really liked it. Matthew, you're getting a bass boat? Cool. Congratulations. Is the fishing still really good out there, Matthew? Tell you guys, we had the most awesome trip on the Coral Sea last month, and we did so good and just ridiculous fishing. And we didn't even go to the island. We ran up the coast, but it was just perfect weather. Matthew's dad ran the boat at night, so it was nice of him to run it, and they let the regular skipper keep us on the fish, and it worked out really nice. It was a great trip. If you guys haven't been out of sea landing, I really recommend it. Randy, thank you very much. You're in there. All right. Matthew says the fishing's still really good. Hey, Mike, thank you very much. Tony, the Tomahawk is all bunks. There's no staterooms on the boat. It's the old Eclipse. So Julio says that his dog likes bluefin. Yeah, my dog will eat tuna. She likes any sort of fish. So yeah, she'll eat that. I've never given her avocados. I eat the avocados. And what else? Matthew says that they just had a good bonita bite. That's pretty cool. So was it Rash? Says I don't know how I got here, but I'm invested. That's cool. Yeah, Kevin, it's the old cat special too. That's when I first fished it. It was a cat special. Okay. Okay. And then what else is going to tell you guys? Yeah, so if any of you want to join me on the tuna trip, here's the link again. I think we have room for like 5 more people. And Here's that. And you can go to my website and find anything you need to know. And you can go to my website and find anything you need to know about our store where the lures and all that stuff are, magic metals and all that. So you can find that there. And here's a link for that. But all right, guys. Well, it's been a while. I need to go finish up some stuff so I can get ready for my trip. So let's do the drawing. And Mike wants to know, how often do I service my fishing reels? Not too often. I do use Lucas oil on them every year, but I don't really. I only send them in when they're not running good, and most of them, as much fishing as I do, most of them work pretty good. All right, here's the winner for today, and it is sailboat, snailboat winner. Snail boats. So send me an email with your info and you will get all the stuff. It'll be a little while because I'm leaving town here soon, but we will get it to you. Yeah, you won, Snailboat. You won the deal. So all that stuff's going to be yours. And I'll get it to you. All right. And make sure you email me with your mailing address. And just in case you don't have it, here you go. All right, guys, I'm going to try really hard on Thursday to do this from Mexico. So I will try to do it if I have phone service down there, and I will do that. All right, guys. Thanks again. We're up to 100. Thank you very much. And Monte Carlo and everybody else around the world, Baghdad, thank you guys for joining me today. And talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.